Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be filming this video today. You guys have no idea how many times I've tried to film this or put a video up this week, and literally all the footage has been so messed up. But in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys some products from the drugstore that I have been absolutely loving lately. So they're just some of my new drugstore favorites. I have filmed a drugstore favorites video on my channel before, and I covered a wide range of information. This video is going to be more on the new products that I've fallen in love with and have been grabbing toward every single day. So I figured that I would share it with you guys because I've been buying so many new drugstore products lately and have been really pleasantly surprised with all of them. So I figured you guys might want to know and find some good makeup products on a budget. So I'm first gonna jump in and start with some highlighters, just because that's been the main thing I've been grabbing toward lately from the drugstore. I've only tried high-end highlighters. I don't know why. I mean, that's just all I've used, and I've been so happy with the drugstore highlighters that I've gotten and have literally been loving them more than some of my high-end ones. So the first highlighter I've been absolutely loving lately is this Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the shade Golden Lights. It looks like it's just this really pretty gold color. It looks really white in the packaging, but when you swatch it, it's very true gold. And it blends in really nice with my complexion because I have more of that warm olive skin. So if you are a little bit more olive tone or more golden, this is gonna look gorgeous on your complexion. And it's also really pretty as an inner corner highlight or highlight under the brow. I have been absolutely loving this highlighter, and it was literally $5. The next highlighter that I have been loving, I've heard so much about, but I finally got around to trying it, and it is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlight Powder. This one is in the shade Precious Petals. I used this one in my last video, and it is just such a pretty rose gold highlight. I also used it as an eyeshadow, and I think that's one of my favorite ways to use it. It is a much deeper highlight, so if you're more fair, it's gonna be a little bit too dark, but it is still such a pretty, let me see if you can see. You can see it's more of a rose gold. It is even a little bit deep for my complexion. I think I'll be using this more in the summertime when I'm a little bit more tan. It's just so pigmented. I'm so surprised with how intense these highlighters are. Next product is actually a contour and highlight palette, and it is by the brand Makeup Revolution as well. It looks like this. So you get 3 contour shades, and then you get these 3 under eye setting powders. There's the banana yellow powder, a more beigey tone, and then this is an under eye highlighter with a bit of a sheen. And then there's 2 really pretty highlighters right here. This white one is so pretty to use in the center of the eye as a pop of dimension to an eyeshadow. It's also a gorgeous inner corner highlight, and since it is more light, this I feel would be really flattering on those more fair skin tones. And then this shade right here is a gorgeous everyday highlighter because it's not too intense. It's very subtle. It just I'm running out of room on my hand. It just blends right into the skin beautifully and gives you a very soft, pretty glow. This palette reminds me so much of my Anastasia contour kit, except that it actually comes with 2 highlighting shades. I think this was $15, but Makeup Revolution was having a buy one get one half off sale at Ulta, so that's when I decided to try this brand and try a lot of their products, and I'm not kidding you, I was happy with literally everything I bought. If you're looking for a good contour palette, definitely give this one a try versus spending $40 on, some other contour kits. Next products I have been using every single day since I've gotten them, and they are dun, 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 the Hard Candy Custom Drops. This one is in the shade Turn Me Bronze, and this one is in Turn Me Radiance. They have the ones for the foundation too that can give you more coverage. Very similar to the Cover FX Custom Drops. I didn't get any of the ones for the foundation, but I did pick up these just because with spring and summer coming around, I want more radiant, soft, pretty skin. The bronze one I've been using and mixing it with my foundation to make my face match my body. I mean, and as you can see, it did a pretty good job. If you are if you have a foundation that's a little bit too light for you right now, this one's perfect. Versus picking up a whole new foundation, you can buy this for $7 and mix it in with your foundation, and it just bronzes it up and darkens it a tiny bit without making the skin look muddy. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it doesn't make the skin look oily or greasy, and my skin is more on the oily side, so I mean, this has worked perfectly fine for me. It hasn't irritated my skin, and I just love the soft, like, lit from within finish it gives. Radiant one I don't use as much, but I do still really like it. I like putting it on after my concealer, and I'll just put it like at the high points of my face before I set it with my powder, just to help the highlights show up a little bit more intense. These were literally only $7, and like the Cover FX ones I'm sure are like way more, so definitely give these a try. I was so excited when I saw these at the drugstore. Next favorite item from the drugstore that I've literally purchased about like 5 or 6 of them already are the Kiss Faux Mink lashes. This is in the type Noir, and then the type Gala are my favorite, but I've used those pairs already, so I mean, I'm not going to show you a pair of used lashes. They're like $5 versus like the velour real mink lashes that are $26. They literally give you the same effect, like the same look. They look like they're real mink lashes, but they're faux, which is better because, I mean, you're not using any animal hairs on your lashes. I have tried the velour lashes. I regret spending that money just because, I don't know, like if I would have known that these existed, I would have never wasted $26 on a pair of lashes. And the thing that I really like about this is that you can reuse them a little bit more just because the hairs are a little bit more full. So I'm able to use these up to like 3 or 4 times versus when I get like regular false lashes, I can normally only use them like once, maybe 2 times. Super full, super fluttery, and they look like they're, you know, the real mink lashes, but they're not, and they're super affordable, and I've been loving them. This next product I've actually had in my collection for a while, but I've recently been grabbing toward it so much more lately. Now that my skin's a little bit more normal, I'm still a little bit oily. Sorry, my hair is like a mess. Not as oily as I was, so I've been trying to use more like radiant, glowy, like natural finish foundations versus the hardcore matte foundations that I used to use. The L'Oreal True Match Lumi is just beautiful. Just such a beautiful foundation. I'd rarely grab this just because I figured since my skin was oily, I couldn't use something with a little bit more of a glow to it. But this is like the perfect like combination. It's not too dewy, it's not too matte, and I love the way it just blends into the skin, stays on all day, and then it doesn't feel like I have layers of thick makeup on. The finish of this is gorgeous. It reminds me of a lot of my more high-end foundations, but this is a fraction of the cost. So if you're looking for a good foundation for summer or spring and you want, you know, that more lit from within finish, definitely give this one a try because, I mean, it's just such a beautiful foundation for such, you know, a reasonable price. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about this product, but I had to mention this in this video because I can't use anything else. So my next favorite powder from the drugstore has been this Airspun transparent powder. This is in translucent extra coverage, and I love this powder for setting my under eye area. I literally love this more than any of my Laura Mercier under eye setting powders. I've tried every single one of hers. I've tried ones from Lancome. I've tried just literally so many high-end powders, and this is by far my favorite, and it's literally like $5 and some change, and it literally lasts forever. The packaging comes like this, so I mean, it's huge. I've had this I think for like 5 months already, and I love the coverage that it gives under the eyes, but it doesn't get cakey. So it gives me the right amount of brightness, a right amount of a little bit of an extra coverage to my concealer without looking heavy or without looking like I have layers of product under my eyes. It also does a great job of keeping my foundation in place all day. I use this to set my T-zone too, and I don't get nearly as shiny as, you know, I used to before, and I owe a lot of that to this powder. Highly recommend trying it, literally over like any of the high-end loose powders. Give this a try. It's awesome and it'll last you forever. I'm not sure if I've mentioned these lip liners in any of my previous drugstore favorites, but if I did, I figured I'll just mention them again. These are the Jordana liquid lip liner. Jordana lip liners, and guys, these are by far my favorite lip liners, like compared to any high-end lip liners. They're just amazing. They're $2.99. I'm pretty sure I have them in almost every shade. These are just some of the shades that I have in like my little cup that I use, you know, more often. But I love these because they're super like creamy. Like they blend on the lips nice, but they're not too creamy to where they smudge everywhere. They keep my lipstick in place. It doesn't bleed. And I just love how they have such a wide range of lip colors to go with it, so I literally have one for like every type of lipstick I need. They're so affordable and they're just such great lip liners. Like if you're looking for good lip liners, just save your money, get these. They're $2.99 and they're freaking awesome. Like you just can't go wrong. For me, when it comes to liquid lipsticks, it's really hard to satisfy me because I'm really picky with how it feels on my lips, how it wears throughout the day, if it's patchy, if it's not patchy, you know, if it bleeds. So there are a few liquid lipsticks from the drugstore that I have been literally so happy with. I'm not sure if I've mentioned these in my previous drugstore favorites, but I'm just going to mention them again in case I haven't. These are just two of the colors that I've found. I can't find my favorite. Probably in my purse because I use it all the time. But the NYX matte lip creams are literally some of my favorite liquid lipsticks from the drugstore, even though they're not really liquid lipsticks. I just love the way they feel on the lips. They're not drying. They stay on all day. They have such a wide range of colors. And I've been using these for like, what, 6 years now? And there's literally like some of my favorite formulas of just liquid lipsticks in general. They're awesome. They're like $4.99 and they come in such a wide range of colors. So like these are my #1 favorite like matte lip creams from the drugstore. Next favorite liquid lips from the drugstore are the Milani metallic lips. I'm not sure if they still make these. I feel like they were going to be discontinued, but I mean, I have them in most, like all of the colors, and some stores I see them, some stores I don't. But if you come across these and you know they still have them in your store, definitely give them a try because they're really awesome. The formula is great, glides on the lip really smooth, it doesn't get patchy, stays on all day, and doesn't dry out the lips too much. I really love the formula of Milani's liquid lipstick, so these are awesome. Then my last favorite liquid lip from the drugstore is the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip Color. These are great. The formula is amazing. It's a thinner consistency, which I kind of like because it doesn't feel heavy on the lips. Definitely not too drying. Stays on all day. Doesn't get patchy. So, I mean, and these are like $4. So, definitely give these a try. They're awesome. So, for eyeshadows from the drugstore, I wasn't going to mention these because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned them in my previous videos. But if you haven't seen that, I'm going to show you now. My favorite eyeshadows from the drugstore are these L'Oreal Pressed Pigments. These are just a few of them here that I have. I have them in almost every shade. Amazing pigmentation. They go on super smooth, super pigmented. I can't even get my hand in there because my nail's too long. Favorite one out of these is the one in Amberish. I'm sure you guys have seen this a lot. It's just such a pretty rose gold color. So if you're looking for some good like staple eyeshadows to make your eyes pop, I definitely recommend giving these a try because they're just so pretty. They glide on super smooth and stay on all day. And the next eyeshadow that I use literally all the time, I'm pretty sure I've already used this in 2 videos, and it is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome. Looks like this. This one is in the shade Beige Luster, and I love this as like a nice wash of color all over the lid. Then I just buff it out with my finger. I also love using it under other eyeshadows just to give it more of like a oomph and kind of give it more of like a duochrome effect. This shade is just gorgeous though. Let me show you. Isn't it just so pretty? So, I mean, this is the only color that I've had. So this is what I've been loving. I do want to try them in all of the shades so I can see, you know, what the formula is like. But so far, I'm really happy. And I literally use this almost every single day as like an eyeshadow base for my eyeshadow. So if you're looking for a good cream eyeshadow, give this a try. It really does help the eyeshadow stay on longer when you use kind of like a color base. It just gives it something to cling to more and helps the color just show up a little bit more intense. So that wraps it up for some of my drugstore favorites that I have been loving lately. Like I said, I've been purchasing a lot more drugstore products because I want to incorporate a lot of affordable makeup products in my videos. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you found some products, you know, that you can try and use instead of spending a bunch of money on, you know, some of the more high-end products. If you want to see a more in-depth video of like all of my drugstore favorites, like in-depth on lipsticks, in-depth on all the bronzers I like, and all of the foundations I like, then just let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!